I'm going to show you how to schedule an appointment for tutoring at SACC using TutorTrac, which is our appointment management system. So your first step is to go to the SACC website. You can see that our URL is sac.baruch.cuny.edu. But if you don't want to remember all that, you can always just Google Baruch and SACC at the same time, and we're always going to be your #1 search result. So I'm going to click on there, and here we are back on the homepage. I'm going to choose this menu option that says manage your appointments and go to your sessions. That's going to take you to our appointment page. And you're going to click on this orange oval that says TutorTrac, and that's going to take you to the login screen for TutorTrac. So if I were to click this, it would take me to the CUNY login screen. It's going to ask me for my CUNY username and my CUNY password. I would also have to do multi-factor authentication and retrieve a 3-digit code from my phone because we like to keep everybody's data nice and safe. And then I would be inside the system. So I'm not going to complete those steps right now because I'm actually already logged in as a demo student on this other tab. So I'm just going to switch tabs. So this is what your dashboard will look like. And there is typically some announcements on the left-hand side. If you have any upcoming appointments already scheduled, they'll be here in the upcoming appointments area. And before we move on from this area, I just want to show you, there are 3 ways to view this. You can look at daily mode, and it'll show you if you have an appointment on a particular day. This is September the 4th right now, and I don't see anything there. You can look at weekly mode, and I'll show you an entire week. I'm going to forward to next week, and you'll see there's my chemistry appointment. Me personally, I just like to look at list mode because it just simply lists all of my upcoming appointments in order, and to me, that is the most organized way to look at them. So, but you can look at it in different views if you would like to. To schedule a new appointment, you're going to come here to the box that says schedule an appointment, and to do it, you need to pick a subject and a reason and a mode for your appointment, in person or online. So let's pick a subject. So what you're going to see on this list for yourself is every course that you are currently taking for which there is tutoring available at SACC. If you are taking a course and you don't see it here, it means I don't have a tutor for that course this semester. But I'm looking for some help with my algebra class, and it's definitely here because SACC has lots and lots of algebra tutors. So I'm going to click on Math 1030, and my reason is going to be tutoring, and my mode, I have the option of narrowing my search results to just in-person or just online appointments by unchecking one of these boxes, but I like to keep all my options open. So I'm going to keep both of these checked, and I'm going to click the button that says search. So the system is going to search for open appointments. And to start with, it's going to show me every open appointment on the first day when there are open appointments. And sometimes this takes a second to execute. And there we go. So today's September the 4th, and there is an open appointment today, so that's what it's going to show me first. But if I want to load more, I can load additional days by just clicking the button that says load more. And now it's going to load everything that's available on Friday. And we'll do one more day after this one loads. That's Friday. Let's load some Saturday, and then I think we'll be good because that gives us lots and lots of options. You are allowed to keep clicking until you are looking at 7 days because you're able to book 7 days in advance. So let's look at this top search result here. What do I know about this appointment based on this information? Well, I know that it's a group in-person appointment. All of our appointments that you're going to be booking on your own through TutorTrac are going to be small group appointments. They're built to hold 2 people. This one currently has nobody in it, so both of the seats are open. And the other way I know that this is in person is because it has a little icon that shows 2 people talking to each other, and the location in the bottom right-hand corner is listed as Vertical Campus 2116, which is where SACC is located. All of our in-person tutoring takes place here at SACC. I also know that this is a 5 o'clock appointment and that the tutor's name is Rebecca. So why it's handy to know how many seats are open is if you have a classmate and you want to come for tutoring together, what you need is to find an availability that's totally empty where neither of the seats are occupied. You can search for it, save a seat, your classmate can search for the same appointment, save the second seat, and then the 2 of you will be the 2 people in that appointment. Sometimes you'll see they'll say 1 out of 2, which means only 1 seat is still unoccupied because there's 1 person person in one of the seats. And if you're coming all by yourself, then you could book that. That's not a problem. You'll just be the second person in that session. So let's look for an online one so you can see what those look like. So here's a couple online availabilities that are coming up on Saturday and how I can tell they're online. It says group online, you have a little Wi-Fi signal, and in the bottom right corner for the location, it also says online. I also know that there's already one student in this appointment, and so if I'm coming by myself, I can just add myself as the second student. That's no problem. I know it's happening at 12 o'clock, and I know the tutor's name is Rebecca. So this time actually works well for me, so I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to save this appointment for myself. And I'm going to give this a second to load, which does sometimes happen. And what's going to happen is it's going to open a dialog box like this. It's going to reiterate all of the details about the appointment. This looks good to me. I'm going to click confirm. And I'm just going to wait for a confirmation message that says my appointment definitely saved, which sometimes takes a second to do. So here it comes. And there it is, appointment record saved. So I'm good to go. I'm going to hit the button that says close. And what you're going to see is now this is going to show up on my list of upcoming appointments. So I like to go back to list mode, and there it is. Here's my chemistry appointment I already had. Here's my algebra appointment that I just added. So a couple things to know here. When you have an online appointment, you have to be able to access your tutor's Zoom room when it's time for the appointment to start. And how you do that is you come back to your dashboard, and as long as you're less than 5 minutes away from start time, you can click this link and it'll take you to your tutor's Zoom room. If you do it too early and you're more than 5 minutes ahead, you're just going to get an error message that says try again closer to the start time, and that's how you get in. The other thing I want you to see is if for some reason you need to cancel an appointment because you realize that you have a conflict of some kind or you just don't need the appointment anymore, how you cancel is you come here to your dashboard, you find the appointment, you click on the X. It asks you for the reason why you're canceling. You don't have to put anything in there. Just click the button that says cancel appointment, and you'll see that it's going to disappear from your dashboard. And that's how it works. I hope this was helpful, and I hope we get to see you at SACC this semester.